Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Raw review with us, the British Fist.
Ka-ching.
I am Mr. Parkin, of course, and this, my friends, is the one and only NJ.
What's up?
What's up, indeed, NJ? Make sure you guys subscribe above as usual. Like this video and comment your thoughts on this show, if indeed you have any, down in that comment section below.
Make sure you contact us in the link in the thoughts below.
Exactly. So this is the Raw before the last Raw of the year. So we're expecting Raw to go off with a bang. Ooh, yeah, the bang, yeah, right. We opened up with John Laurinaitis mocking CM Punk's entrance, and I was kind of like, wow, what a great way to get instant heel heat. Very smart booking by WWE there. They hated John Laurinaitis, didn't they, after he came out with CM Punk's music?
Well, for doing this, I like the fact that having Laurinaitis come out doing this, adding more to their feud, getting their whole thing built up to something that'll probably happen later on. Oh,
well, yeah, I guess so. You know, he comes out and says, you never know what's going to happen. He's a Punk believer. And then we get CM Punk coming out. And as easy as it is to do for CM Punk, he pretty much just pones him on the mic, says that he is the most unpredictable person ever. And he says that the gift to CM Punk is the night off. Get it? Did you get it? I didn't think you would, because that was a fucking stupid joke. And we find out that Punk is going to be in a Gauntlet match later. If the opponent beats him, they get a WWE Championship shot next week on the New Year's Raw. Okay.
I think they gave us a good match made, because obviously Gauntlet was good as a challenge for Punk. So I thought, okay, let's give this a chance, see how it goes.
I was thinking to myself here, can you not build to a pay-per-view with this match? Maybe get a more contendership for the pay-per-view so we can build a feud up going there. And basically, if Punk wins, we find out that he's going to face John Laurinaitis in a match later on tonight. And I was like, oh, please don't. Please don't win, Punk. I don't want to see this. But I guess we got a match for the evening. Wasn't the main event, mind you, and we'll get more on that later. But overall, it was nice seeing CM Punk in his hometown, getting the opening segment, heel heat on John Laurinaitis, as much as I don't like him. And we got a match made, so no pay-per-view hype, but okay, I'm quite happy with this opener.
It was effective and got doing what it needed to.
Yeah. And we also got the last It Begins promo, and we're going to be finding out next Monday who it is. Boy, I'm excited for that.
Well, they've been burning for the weeks. It's gave you a great big build. I'm just hoping the outcome is big, as the video's been.
Yes, and let's hope it's Jericho. Please, 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 please be Jericho and let him feud with Punk. That would be awesome! Okay then. After that promo, which is the culmination will be next week, we got Booker T versus Cody Rhodes in a TLC rematch. And my God, did our smart brains tingle when this match was going on.
Yeah, I was looking at this thinking, again, you've had it to pay-per-view, now you've got it on free TV.
End it unclean, end it unclean.
Yeah, and just, again, I'm kind of glad that it carried it down to Booker T winning, because we've seen Cody Rhodes getting the advantage of Booker T for week after week after week now, so it's good that Booker T actually got a win over Cody Rhodes now.
I don't like this, my boy. Cody Rhodes got beat. No, I mean, I don't know. I don't mind the match. It was a good match. It went 12 minutes. I felt like it should have been on a fucking pay-per-view. But Booker T wins clean. Like, we've seen him win clean now. You know, this is a pay-per-view match. Let it finish unclean. I don't know. I had real issues with this match personally. I've seen people on Facebook saying, you know, I'm glad that Booker T got the win, as it gives more reason for Cody to go on and face Booker T. But it's not because I'm a Rose Mark, it's just I like feuds that are booked kind of in an old school way where the heels are dominant and you actually draw to the pay-per-view where the babyface could win. Or I don't know, I just didn't really like how this was booked. It was a good match, but I didn't like the ending being clean.
I'm just glad that, as the favourite fans said, this is going to continue to the feud now, so I look forward to what they do next.
Yeah, if it's a good match of the pay-per-view, I guess I'll give this a pass, but I don't know. You know, we had a couple of backstage segments after this. We have a backstage segment where Cena's hyping up Zack Ryder, saying that he worked for his spot. I'm pretty sure that Zack Ryder got his spot, number one, because he's best friends with Dolph Ziggler, and number two, because Punk went to management and told them to get behind him, so it wasn't because of Cena. No. Fuck that. No. And we get Lawler telling us the three opponents, Jack Swagger, Dolph Ziggler, and finally someone who isn't even on Raw, Mark motherfucking Henry is going to be the third guy, but we'll get more to that later. And we also get John Laurinaitis making Big Show with one hand tied behind his back, versus David Otunga later on after Otunga's match, after Big Show attacked Otunga on SmackDown.
Well, with these three segments, the first one, again, Cena doing that hasn't really done much, to be honest. The Lawler giving us three matches. I would prefer it as a surprise. Yeah, but I preferred it was a surprise, so we didn't know who the 3 opponents were. And then we had the Laurinaitis thing, making a match. We've seen them in the past before. We know they don't really work out the best they should.
Yeah, okay, so we got some backstage segments. I would have liked them to maybe spread this out throughout the night, but what do we get next, NJ?
Next, we have Eve Torres and Ryder versus Tyson Kidd and Natalya.
I think I'm going to puke. Fuck! I hate those fucking Divas and Zack fucking Ryder! Oh!
What an interesting thing this was, because to be honest, it's getting Ryder on TV somehow, but couldn't have gone like Ryder versus Tyson Kidd, possibly a singles match, just so you have. I know you have to get Divas involved, but having Tyson Kidd versus Ryder would have been interesting. It would have been a somewhat okay match. You know, Ryder was going to come out on top, and Tyson Kidd would have helped him to get to where he was.
Look who's made his return! Look whose promise has finally been fulfilled on the Raw review! Unlike some people like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and the British Fist Tea Time guys, Father Christmas actually delivers on his promises and delivered on his promise this year to deliver all his presents to the kids out there. And might I say to NJ to you, very good work, sir. I hope you enjoyed the present I put under your tree. Have a very good Christmas. And where is Mr. Parkin?
He keeps missing you, but I'll pass a message on to him.
Well, I hope you do, because I had a special present for him under his tree this year. So, just to say now, YWC, bye! Merry Christmas! Goodbye! Goodbye! Oh, 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 oh! Oh, 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 oh.
Well, that was a good view of seeing Santa again. He came out for another visit, but yeah, he took his time a little bit, but never mind. We go on with the show.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Man, I do not feel good after that. Oh, we got Ryder winning as well, which, made me feel fucking sick. What do we get next after this?
Cena calling out the big red monster, Kane!
Yeah, and what did you got the review and everything sorted right while I was gone, did you?
Pretty much, yes. And we had a special gift from Santa Claus, again.
You mean I missed Santa again?
Yeah, 2 times is bad. 2 times is bad.
Why do I keep missing Santa? This is ridiculous.
It's best if you don't go anywhere and just stay where you were, but...
Oh, why does Zack Ryder make me feel sick and miss Santa? I hate Zack Ryder even more now! Oh, God.
But the next segment.
Yes, next segment, I guess. I'll just move on from that atrocity. Cena's calling out Kane. He spends a lot of time talking up Chicago, trying to get cheap face heat by mentioning Eddie Guerrero and everything. So he spent a lot of time talking about himself and Rock, basically, at WrestleMania. And instead of Kane coming out, we get Miz coming out saying he wants to prove he can beat John Cena.
Well, again, John Cena's this whole boring thing. The thing I didn't like, instead of concentrating on what the segment was about, he concentrated on the past, he concentrated on the Rock again. So to be honest, when he got that, I was getting really bored. But when he got to the point, Miz did come out and interrupt him.
Yeah, then we get a match between the two. This match, so Miz goes into the match saying that he wants to prove he can beat Cena. And then 2.5 minutes later, he gets counted out and says that, oh, it doesn't matter. I beat you at WrestleMania anyway, and forget about this match. The people should remember him for beating Cena at WrestleMania. You know, so he wanted to beat him, and then he didn't. And he's going out of his head held high. How?
Well, on SmackDown, we had him lose to Sheamus.
3 minutes.
And then it comes to this. And then, I don't really know. They're not booking Miz as strong as they could do. So it's kind of disappointing.
Yes. And then who comes out to attack the Miz?
What's up?
Oh, God. Yeah, we get R-Truth coming out. And then they start brawling. And this, for me, I like the return, but didn't really feel like a great return, did it? And I think the timing was a little bit off on this one, personally.
Well, I'm glad that R-Truth is back.
Yeah,
obviously, it's going to give Miz a new feud or so going on for a little while before it goes against possibly Punk. But his comeback, it was unexpected, but not as unexpected as Kane one was.
Yeah.
But again, got him back, he comes in and just goes mental over Miz.
Why not just have Miz come out and do a promo and then have R-Truth come out rather than doing all this Cena bullshit, which we're going to get later anyway? Basically, R-Truth goes mental on Miz, and Truth still kind of looks heel, but I'm thinking that his face, who's Miz's face, and I'm really confused here. They both seem heel. It's like, this really seemed a bit off, this segment. Maybe,
well, there's either 2 ideas for me. Number 1, they're going to have a short heel against heel feud, or R-Truth will come maybe in between both heel and face for this segment.
Yeah, so I personally didn't like this segment too much. Don't know why. Then we find out that Kane is going to be responding later on. It's going to be the main event, guys, but we'll get more to that later.
It was kind of disappointing that they could have just done it all in one go, but maybe they could have had the Cena and Kane as main event and then had Miz and his R-Truth thing here there instead.
Yeah, just on its own segment to at least make the feud stand out. I'm just saying. And then we get this Big Show versus David Otunga match. Big Show one arm behind his back. You know what? I still can't believe guys like Otunga can get on TV yet. Guys like Drew McIntyre and Alex Riley, guys that have actual fucking talent and a charisma, barely even get on fucking TV. That's fucking ridiculous if you ask me.
I know, it's kind of disappointing because Otonga's not going to go anywhere in the WWE, so having him going against someone as big as Big Show, because he's had big challenges in the past, but now having this one, it was just ridiculous.
Oh, but it gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. During the match, we have Mark Henry coming out, we get another match going on, and then Daniel Bryan comes out and makes an appearance, and it's just like, my God, so much overbooking in this segment. Daniel Bryan just looks like a tiny cog in a Big Show and Mark Henry feud. It's like, you should be concentrating on the Daniel Bryan character, not this Big Show and Mark Henry stuff, as he's your new fucking World Heavyweight Champion. And the fact they only made him appear for like 20 seconds, that's fucking stupid. And it proves why he should never have won Money in the Bank and why WWE booking of him has been total fucking bullshit.
Well, I look at this and you have Daniel Bryan coming out and I'm thinking, well, you should have just left it with, for this segment, just this match only does on SmackDown possibly, left it with Big Show and Mark Henry.
Yeah.
For him to come and get involved again, it just made it all too much season booking segment.
So much overbooking in the segment. Match ends in a DQ, and it's just like, okay, wow, brilliant. Next segment, an injured Alberto Del Rio comes out in a wheelchair with Ricardo Rodriguez in a neck brace. We get the Bellas coming out. Why? Why were they involved? This segment was all basically done for Del Rio to say, I'm injured now, but I'm going to be coming back in the new year. Fresh, and it's basically a way of getting him on TV while he's injured, isn't it?
That's what I see, because obviously they need to keep Alberto going. Yes, he may not be coming up to the top position anymore, but his character needs to keep appearing, being made stronger, so I was okay with his appearance.
I hope he does come back with more an aggressive nature. It did seem kind of random, but filler, but I don't know, I guess it's nice to see Del Rio on TV, even if he is injured. Yeah, and then we have our main event. CM Punk Gauntlet match. This was an interesting segment in itself, probably one of the best of the night for obvious reasons. We find that the winner's going to get a title shot. Basically, we have Punk versus Swagger. It's a very quick match, standard. CM Punk wins. And then we have Punk versus Dolph Ziggler. Now, this was a much longer and better match. And Swagger attacked the knee, Ziggler worked the knee, and it was very good selling by CM Punk. And that's what I liked about this match compared to that bullshit spot monkey stuff you get in ROH where there's no selling and no storytelling.
No, with this match, again, Swagger was going to be a quick winner anyway, so they got that out of the way. When Ziggler came in, it's got a lot more interesting because obviously that Ziggler can work in the ring. He's not being booked the best US champ, but now he's free. He has good matches like this.
Yes, and basically John Laurinaitis gets on the mic during the match, sends Vicky and Swagger out by distracting Punk's pin where he got the 15 count, and then Ziggler gets the win with a zigzag from behind and gets a title shot next week. Now, as much as I don't like the fact this isn't building towards Royal Rumble, at least it's a title match which I might actually want to see.
But after seeing the Ziggler in matches before, he's proven that he could be a main eventer. He's going to against Punk again next week. And I think for a first Raw of the new year, it's going to be a good match.
Yeah, hopefully. So I did like this segment. I look forward to their match. It'll be a good work match. Punk will probably win, but there we go. And this wasn't the main event, by the way. And I think we all know why this wasn't the main event. This wasn't the main event because of that whole ratings thing we got last week where, you know, you had the lowest main event rating of Raw history. And they're trying to blame it on Punk. And in my opinion, it ain't Punk's fault. It's the fucking WWE's writers' fault for not making guys like Daniel Bryan built him up to be a credible world champion so people would actually give a shit about him. It's not Punk's fault at all. It's not.
No, and I'm thinking, even though Punk is a main eventer, then this next part, in my opinion, didn't really have a main event kind of feel to it.
No, it basically felt like it should have been in our main event, which is where we thought it should have gone. And it's basically Cena in another main event. And this is just WWE's reaction to the whole ratings thing, isn't it? Getting Cena in that main event again. So, you know, it's our fault for not watching. Not our fault, but like people's fault for just not watching. I don't know. It's really hard to really sum up, isn't it? But should we just analyse this? A bit more to say. I don't know. Basically, get Kane responding to John Cena. Now, firstly, were you a bit surprised that with the Kane character at the moment that he actually came out and spoke?
Well, I think again before he went away from his injury, he was on the mic doing his segment. So coming back and having his say, I think I liked it, even though his characters did start a bit dark to begin with.
Yeah, I did like the way Kane was talking in this. He was very dark, but throughout this whole thing, he was talking about, you know, that Cena led people astray because of the rise above hate thing. It's okay to hate. Why rise above it when you can embrace it? Basically, he's trying to get Cena to embrace the crowd, basically, and turn heel. And throughout this whole thing, I was thinking, yeah, this is a great promo, but did they just bring Kane back just to develop John Cena's character? I'm kind of thinking, wow, you bought all Kane, you'd return Kane for that. You know, and it's just there to develop Cena's character. And I was just like, why, my God, what a waste of a big return like Kane. And I know you have different opinions on this. So.
Yeah, the way I see it, we've still got a month till Royal Rumble, so we're going to probably give Cena something to do till then. So I possibly see this Kane and Cena thing continuing somehow.
Yeah.
And then they're just going to keep them fighting each other. I don't know, just something to keep them going.
Are they going to do a heel turn with John Cena? I don't think they will, personally. They're causing that. So why the fuck are they teasing it then? This is ridiculous. I like the fact they're teasing it, but it ain't going to fucking happen. Vince McMahon isn't going to follow up on his biggest babyface and turn him heel. Because what faces have you got to carry the company if he does turn heel? CM Punk? I don't think so, because that guy's not a draw. I'm sorry. I know you guys in the obviously love Punk, but he's not a draw. Sorry, guys.
And it's a bit of a shame that using Kane to try and bring out the bad side of Cena.
John Cena, yeah.
But I think, to be honest, this segment could possibly lead to continuing matches, so I just look forward to see what they do with these two wrestlers next.
I guess it just depends how you look at it, really. People have different opinions on this thing, but let us know your opinions down in the comment section below. So yeah, this is that main event, not that gauntlet match, because of the ratings thing last week, I guess. What are your overall thoughts on this Raw, NJ? I really did not think Raw was very good this week, and I did not like the booking on this show at all. It felt very last minute.
The biggest problem with this is yes, they got weeks until Royal Rumble, but none of the segments mentioned Royal Rumble build, not even one.
No.
And they all led to either a match after the TLC, just a match following that, or just a match for next week's Raw, and nothing leading on to a full pay-per-view.
Yeah, I guess the only thing you could say that led to a pay-per-view was possibly the road to book a match, I guess. But like NJ said, we got no mention of Royal Rumble here apart from like one advert, which is ridiculous. It's one of your big 4 pay-per-views of the year. You want to start building for it earlier on. Maybe get a #1 contender going, which you had in Dolph Ziggler, but you wanted to do it on. They wanted to do it on Raw instead, and I think I kind of understand why. But let's try hyping up to this fucking pay-per-view, WWE. And the Raw itself, it wasn't that it lacked entertainment, just I didn't like the booking in a lot of the segments, and that means that the segments weren't exactly the most effective, in my opinion. So I wasn't really very happy with Raw this week, mainly from that aspect, I guess. It was okay entertainment-wise, but, some of the bookings...
And overall, there weren't much filler in this. It all led to something. They've got enough chance to build whatever happened tonight in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. So, are you grade maybe? Well,
I can't really feel a good grade. I'll probably get a C, just a C minus.
I'll just say this: I will be rating it way below a C, probably a D. I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether I really want to grade anymore. But I just say I didn't like this show that much. You guys, if you guys have any different opinions or the same opinions, get them down in the comment section below. We want to hear your thoughts. This is what this YWC is all about, starting a forum of conversation and discussion about WWE topics. So let's get discussing in that comment section down below. And NJ, you've still got a Christmas hat on, so I think you should do the honours for this.
Thank you very much. And all I want to say, people, is hopefully you've enjoyed Raw. If you haven't, leave a comment in the comment section below. And that's been it from the British Fist, Mr. Parkin and NJ. Till next time, people, goodbye.